condition of having negative wealth.
Yeah.
You're in debt.
Yeah, in debt.
So that if you average black wealth, you get a negative number.
Right.
It's
So we're
in
debt.
debt.
Black folks are in
Exactly.
debt. And the wealth of the black folks is between whatever that number is, but we are below.
We're in debt. Collectively.
Yes, collective. That is not a good thing. So, Dr. Covin, so today, let's bring this to today. And again, we're addressing some youth, the youth specifically, you being an elder. We're sitting here in the Brick House Art Gallery owned by African-American woman, Ms. Barbara Range. We're sitting here hosting this interview. Of course, we couldn't have done this, or maybe we could have done this 50 years ago. She may have owned this, or it may have been one or two. But of course, things have changed. So we're sitting here in Oak Park in the Brick House Art Gallery owned by Ms. Barbara Range. But let's talk about today. So we're addressing these kids. So everything that we talked about, you've lived and your family has gone through, I've seen from a limited standpoint. What can we share to the youth that are going to be watching this video at the Roberts Family Development Center? What can we give them relative to their future, the past, what they should be aware of moving forward, current conditions, the police brutality, the rap music, the hairstyles, the clothing, pop culture, all of these things we're going to discuss on the 25th at the Roberts Family Development Center. But what can you give us to tie all of this in for these youth?
I think the most succinct statement I can make about it is one that Jesse Jackson made about a year ago. He said, progress is not inherited. Progress is not inherited. The only way there is progress is if the people who are alive at a given time engage themselves into the effort to make progress. It's just because you were born into a situation that's a little better than it was for your parents, does not mean that that's going to continue.
Yeah.
And even for it to continue, somebody has to act, somebody has to be engaged. And for it to be improved, somebody has to act even more and be even more engaged.
That's right.
So in terms of today, there is a base on which black people can build. But nothing is going to change for the better until action continues to not only sustain that base, but to expand it.
What actions are you speaking about? What actions are you speaking to?
Political actions, for one.
Political.
I mean, first of all, it means a wide range of actions.
Yes, gotcha.
It means a wide range of actions, but one is political. If you don't control, or at least have a substantial impact on politics, anything can and will happen to you. Look at the last presidential election. Once you lose that control of politics, insanity can take place in terms of you and your destiny.
Yeah, change the rules on you.
Change the rules and who enforces the rules and the power that's used against you. That's why I'm very much encouraged by the kinds of things that young people are doing. The kinds of things that they're doing, like Black Lives Matter. This whole recognition that they haven't been promised anything. And if their lives are going to improve, they're the ones who are going to have to do it. And sometimes it looks messy, it looks nasty. People say, oh, you're rude. Isn't there some way more polite to do this?
Right. Control my protest.
Yes, exactly.
Protest
Yes.
the way you want me to protest.
Exactly.
But just like the Kaepernick piece, it's disrespectful. They put another spin on it sometimes.
Exactly.
But you have to do something.
Exactly. The Kaepernick piece is a beautiful example. These are grown men who are making a statement. And they're not hurting anybody. They're just making a statement. They're not beating anybody. They're not shooting anybody. They're not tearing up anything. They're making a statement. The things that are being done to black people are wrong. And they should be fired. They should be not allowed to operate their own professions because they are identifying a wrong and calling on people to oppose it.
And that's part of that systematic change that you talk about. When you say politically involved, that's where you change the rules so that the system doesn't continue to roll right along and deny the black folks the basics, civil rights as we
Precisely.
So we want, Dr. Covin, we're going to wrap this up, but we truly appreciate you coming down and sharing your knowledge and giving us a perspective. We look forward to you being there on the 25th for the presentation at the Roberts Family Development Center so that hopefully our youth can ask direct questions of you and get more involved. I think the message today is that we need to get more politically involved, vote, and take an action. I mean, whatever that means for you, but take an action and know that your future is not promised, nor is your progress inherited. Is that right?
That's right.
So, Dr. Covin, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And on behalf of Sacramento Juneteenth Incorporated, we'd like to thank you all for being here with us, and we look forward to seeing you for part 3 of the Voices of Our Elders video series. Have a good day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very good. That was good.